You have Sam Underwood playing two characters,
Yes.
which was a delicious little twist. What can you tease about what those two characters will be up to as the season unfolds?
Well, Luke and Mark, who as the season unfolds, we start to understand, their differences. They may be identical twins, but of course, they're one's an introvert, one's an extrovert, one's the leader, one's the follower, one's the bookworm, one's the sort of showman, and one has the sexy charisma, one has the you're not sure he even likes being touched, and it's just it's interesting. We've had fun with these characters. Sam Underwood is such a terrific actor.
Yeah.
That I would just sit off camera and chat with him, and then I would go to the writer's room and go, hey guys, I just had this conversation. He can sing, and all these little things that we just that his talent is actually inspiring the writers to sort of write for.
Wow.
And we're having a blast with him, and we love him. And yes, he's going to prove to be quite an obstacle for not just Ryan Hardy, but Joe Carroll as well. And he's a fun new addition to the cast, and we're having a blast with him.
Is it nice to know that even if it comes time to kill one of them off, you still have Sam Underwood as a cast member because you got another right there?
Exactly. Have you seen an episode? No.
Yes.
I'm not saying whether or not he dies or not, but he might.
I mean, it's the following. At this point,
exactly.
Very few people.
Well, yeah, and it also sets up the suspenses as you get to know each Luke and Mark, and you see them separately. It's like, which one do you want to live and which one do you want to die? It's not so clear because both of them, you kind of hopefully will grow close to both of them, and he really is doing a brilliant job of letting us into two big characters. I mean, and he plays it so beautifully. He'll they're over the top, but there's such a subtlety to his work too. So he just sort of has he's right on the seesaw, and he just knows how to just sort of balance it perfectly.
Yeah. Well, because I have seen your show, I am suspicious of everything and everyone at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It was very curious to me that we heard Claire die, but we didn't actually see her physically die on screen. Should the audience be suspicious as to whether she's actually dead, or do you, in your mind, you can concretely believe that she is dead?
She died on screen. In the teaser.
In the teaser, we saw her trying to be revived in the hospital.
And she flatlined.
She flatlined? She's dead?
She's dead.
Okay, because we had Mike tell him, I wasn't sure if there was any kind of twist you guys were planning there, and because it's the following, you never know.
You never know. But, no, we wanted to close the door on Claire and give Ryan a new love interest this year, and just sort of see, and see if he could find. There's a couple of women in the season that sort of enter into the picture and sort of, sort of ping at his heart a little bit. And so we just want to sort of see how that plays out too.
Is it fun for you as a writer to know that the audience will automatically suspect every single character that comes into Ryan's life, whether they're good or bad?
Well, yes, I've always envisioned this sort of as a soap opera, like a horror soap opera, and who wants to say that? Because it's probably. But now that the audience is there, I can say it's sort of a melodramatic soap opera of sort of who's who, and can you trust this person, and can you and that's the fun of the show, and it's a lot of fun. We've got a whole slew of new writers this year, and we've got a lot of I feel very great about. I feel very good about the show. I think we're in a good place, and I think hopefully the audience will come back and watch it because I think they'll like what they see.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did get only a tiny little teaser of Joe in the final moments of the premiere. What can you tease about how he'll be reacting to what's going on outside of his immediate circle?
Well, as you saw in the teaser, as you saw in the button of the first episode, one of the things you'll see, I think the most obvious assumption is probably the right assumption, which is, whereas for Ryan Hardy, he's sort of recovered in the last year. Joe Carroll might not have had it so well. He's sort of sitting in white trash America, going, "What the hell's happening in New York?" So there's a little bit of Joe Carroll. When we meet him, he's not so on top of things, and we sort of watch the rise of Joe Carroll. In the first half of the season, sort of watch how he sort of returns to his glory, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, Joe Carroll needs a makeover, and he knows it more than anyone, and he sets out to do it.